The Monday edition of the JMSports Show is on the air. Hello, buddy. Channel is out here for JM Sports 100 and JM Sports Show. A lot to talk about. Tonight, the World Series is set. We'll take a look at the BCS rankings, a review of the week in the NFL, and something happened with us that has never happened before. We'll talk about that. But first of all, I want to say this. As you know, you can contact the show at JMSportsShow@yahoo.com. Basically the same thing as the title of this program. Just take the out, make everything one word at yahoo.com. And I do have an email here, first email that I've ever gotten. Pretty excited. This person would like to stay anonymous, I guess you can say that. So that's fine. They can do that, but I'm really excited to get my thoughts out here on this. And if you are a fan of Facebook and I believe of Twitter, you probably know what this letter is already about. If you're friends with me on Facebook or you like the page on Facebook, you definitely already know what this is about. But here we go. Dear JM, that's obviously me. You've been doing a lot of ripping of Cam Newton this year. True. Just a quick question. Do you think he's a bust? Thanks for the letter, or the email rather, and do I think he's a bust? It's tough to call him a bust. Because last year, as a rookie, I guess you can kind of say he overachieved with what he had. You know, he took Panthers to a 6-10 record, which was really better than what anyone expected. But at the same time, I can see how you would possibly call him a bust. Am I going to call him a bust? Much to the chagrin of somebody who I know is going to comment on this video because he said he was going to. I'm going to say yes. Yes, Cam Newton is a bust. And I'll tell you why. Okay? I figured, along with a lot of other people, based on what Cam did last year, having a full offseason with the Panthers coaching staff would help him. He didn't have a full season last season. Thought maybe it would help him. He'd be better. Well, I think he's regressed. I had said before Cam Newton was drafted, didn't like him. Didn't think he was going to make a good NFL quarterback. He seemed too cocky. He seemed too arrogant. Well, second year in the league, and it looks like I'm right. His body language is an awful lot like Jay Cutler's to an extent. Only difference is Jay Cutler still wins football games. Cam Newton, his body language is bad. He's not used to losing. He never lost in high school, college. He's not used to losing. As far as talent, is he a bust? Listen, I think he's one of the most athletic quarterbacks in the league, and I could argue that he has the best arm in the NFL. But he doesn't carry himself well at all. You listened to his press conferences last week when he said he felt like a broken record. He felt like everything was the same. It was getting boring. You could sit there and make the argument, well, he has nothing to work with. Neither does Andrew Luck, outside of Reggie Wayne. Neither does Ryan Tannehill. With Amendola being out, Sam Bradford doesn't have a lot to work with either. Mark Sanchez doesn't have a lot to work with. There's a lot of quarterbacks in this league that have stuff to work with that are not struggling as bad. The Rams aren't great, but the Rams are definitely better than the Panthers. Carolina's defense is keeping them in games. It's definitely not their offense. Carolina's 1-5. They fired their general manager today. Does that mean they're losing faith in Cam Newton? He was the general manager that drafted Cam. I don't like Cam Newton's language. I don't like the way he is. He pouts. And there's a difference between being competitive and sulking. Jay Cutler doesn't sulk. Jay Cutler is competitive. Jay Cutler comes back. He throws a pick, he comes back, and he does better. That's what Cutler does. Cam Newton, not any better. Listen, when you are able to push a team around like the Atlanta Falcons, you have to win that football game. Why didn't they? Because Cam fumbled the ball. The Dallas Cowboys kept them in the game, or kept the Panthers in the game for most of their game on Sunday. Those are big games you gotta win. The Panthers are 1-5. They come in and face, speaking of Cutler, the Bears next week. They go to Chicago and face the Bears. Have you seen that defense? What do you think that defense is going to do to Cam Newton? That defense has a shutout going until the final seconds when they give up a touchdown to the Lions tonight. That defense is good. That defense is going to tear them up. Is it time to give up on Cam Newton? I'm going to say no, because if you're Carolina, I don't know where else you go. To be honest, I can't even tell you Carolina's backup is. But as far as is Cam Newton a bust? Yes, Cam Newton is a bust. He has tremendous athletic ability, great feet, great arm, but he doesn't have what he needs most, and that's up here. He makes a lot of boneheaded decisions, and that costs you football games. He doesn't say the right things. He doesn't show the right body language. Is Cam Newton a bust? There you go. There's my answer. Yes, he is. I do have a friend from the UK who is a Panthers fan. He is supposed to comment on this video, so I'm interested to see if he agrees with me or argues my calling of Cam Newton being a bust. Alrighty, the college football week is over, kinda, but at the same time it's just beginning. I believe, I have to look. I believe we have a pick to make tomorrow, or for tomorrow, if my computer will cooperate. Let's see. Week 9. Already in college football, and yes, we do. And it should be a good game. 8 o'clock Eastern Time on ESPN2. Arkansas State and Louisiana Lafayette. We're coming off of a very good college football week. In week 8, we are 90-20 in the last 2 weeks in all of our picks. 4-2, Louisiana Lafayette. Going up at home, Cajun Field, against 4-3 Arkansas State. Both these teams 2-1 in the Sun Belt. Boy, tough call to make. Tough call to make. But I'm going to go, I think, with the Louisiana Lafayette Raging Cajuns. So give me them to get that win there, and you're not doing what I want you to do, so I'll just do it this way instead. Let's take a look at how we did in the college football week. We almost kept it under 10 wins. As you know, that's my goal every week, is to keep it under 10 wins. We fell just short of that. Sorry if you guys see me wincing. Serious back pain going on over the last several days. We went 1-1 on Thursday. If you remember, we missed Tuesday's game, 1-0 on Friday, and then on Saturday we went a very, very pleasing 42-11, making us 44-12 on the year. So we just missed keeping it at 10 wins or under for the week. So there you go. And the pick, of course, already made. Once again, going with the Raging Cajuns. Let's take a quick look at the overall college football record going into week 9. Can't believe we're saying that already. We are 388 and 113 on the year. 1,519 wins, 527 losses is the lifetime record. Not going to spend a lot of time talking about this next topic, but we do have to touch on it really quick, so we will. Half of my World Series prediction came true, the other half did not. They are celebrating in the Bay tonight as the San Francisco Giants have cashed their ticket in to the World Series to take on the Detroit Tigers. 8-0, 9-0 was the final. Watched a little bit of it. St. Louis obviously just couldn't hit. San Francisco pitched well and did everything well. The Giants got to Kyle Loesch really, really early. I think that was key for them. Matt King got the win. Kyle Loesch got the loss. The Giants move on. Cardinals get blanked 9-0. Cardinals go home 4-3. In that series, Game 1 of the World Series is set for Wednesday, 8 o'clock Eastern Time on Fox, Verlander, and Zito. Quite frankly, I'm even more confident with the Tigers pick now. The Giants can hit. I don't necessarily know that they can hit this pitching staff of the Tigers. I mean, if you just look at the first 2 games, they've got to go up against Verlander, or their parallel pitchers for the Tigers for Game 1 and Game 2, which are Wednesday and Thursday, both on Fox at 8 o'clock Eastern Time, Verlander and Fister. So, not an easy road to climb there. Alright, let's take a look now at the NFL. Let's do the spread first, shall we? We did pretty good in the spread. Once again, I have to check the overall spread record to make sure it's right. I think it is, but I will double check on it and just make sure it is. We went 10-3 against the spread, and for the first time ever, I have been picking games for ESPN and for other people since 2006. For the first time ever, we had a perfect week. 13-0. We went with the Niners, Titans, Colts, Packers, Vikings, Giants, Saints, Cowboys, Texans, Raiders, Patriots, Steelers, and the Bears. All victorious this weekend. And we'll talk about them in just a second, but first, let's take a look at our overall record in the NFL. Looks like this: 71-34 on the year, 370, 213 lifetime. That is for straight up against the spread. Like I said, gotta check it, but I believe we're above 500. 43-41 is what I have, of course, for the year and for overall, because it's the first year doing it. But like I said, I will double check on that and let you guys know tomorrow. I have no idea what I am going to talk about tomorrow on the JMSports Show. Hopefully something in the world of sports happens, because there is no baseball. There's a college football game, but that's basically it. In fact, I think I'm actually going to save the college football stuff for tomorrow's show, just so I have something to talk about. So let's just talk NFL and get out of here, because my Cam Newton rant went a little longer than I expected it to anyway, so let's just do that. Alright. And yeah, that's what we're going to do, so let's do it. We kick things off. We already talked about the Niners in Seattle. That happened on Thursday, so really no need for that there. The Titans and the Bills. Uh, Boy, what can you say? The Bills are just slow on defense. Game was back and forth. Titans win 35-34. Close uh, game. Titans win as time is winding down. Uh, Congrats to them. Colts Browns 17-13. Colts win. Andrew Luck continues to be good. Listen, I think the Colts are a team that can win 6-7 games. 5, 6, 7 games. You've got teams coming up like the Titans and Jags. Don't let the Titans win fool you. It's not like they played a very good Bills team. The Colts are better than the Bills. I think Bills play each other. I think Colts get the win. Um, and if you look at the Jags, they blew a lead. An okay size lead against the Raiders. I think the Colts are the second best team in the AFC South, and I think for a while, I think they will continue to be the second best team in the AFC South. You're not getting by the Texans. Texans would stomp them, but other than that, I think the Colts get good 5 or 6 wins out of the year. Packers get a 30-20 win over the Rams. So every snap of the game, of course. Gee, wonder why. Packers look like they're finally back on track, especially offensively. That game could have probably been much more of a blowout than what it was, the way it was going. Rodgers just had an excellent day. I believe he had a 232 quarterback rating, I think. Just a great day for him, over 300 yards passing. Of course, huge loss for the Packers. Charles Woodson, broken collarbone. I think he could miss up to 7 or 8 weeks. 7 or 8 weeks is the number that I heard today. So that could be a huge loss for them. They got to get healthy on defense. They're really struggling. Packers are really struggling to stay healthy on defense. But it's good to see that the offense is back where I think we all kind of expected them to be. The Rams may have lost by 10. Don't quote them all. I was impressed with what I saw. They played the Packers very hard for the most part. The Rams have a good defense. They have a good defense. I think they showed that. The Rams defense is no slouch. They may give up 30 points, but they may give up 30 points. But if you watch the game, the Rams defense is not that bad. I think the Rams do have a bright future coming up. Vikings and Cardinals. Not really a pretty football game. Didn't think it would be. Vikings get the 21-14 win. A little closer than I thought. Cardinals give up some sacks. Cardinals, I didn't watch a lot of the game, but from what I saw, it looked like the Cardinals had a hell of a time containing Jared Allen. Like I kind of figured that they would with the way their offensive line is. Cardinals are in trouble. Are the Vikings for real? I don't know. I want to see them play the Packers. I want to see them play the Bears. And then I'll be able to tell you, are they for real? I don't think this week. I don't think week 8 is going to tell you anything because they've got the Bucs at home. The Bucs are a physical football team, but still. Giants and Redskins. What a tight game. Listen, I said it was going to be tight. I said the Giants struggle to beat the Redskins. The Giants struggle in these games right here for whatever reason, and they almost lost another one. Another game-winning drive towards the end of the game by Eli Manning. He continues to impress. The one thing I said about Eli Manning, I said it on Facebook and I said it on Twitter on Sunday, was it amazes me how such an elite quarterback like Eli Manning can throw so many picks late. It seems like most of his interceptions come late in ball games. RG3 and the Redskins. RG3, think about it. What has RG3 had to work with? You gotta be impressed with what RG3 has done. I mean, other than his legs and his intelligence, what has he had to work with? He's got Santana Moss, past his prime. Fred Davis, injured. Chris Cooley got signed by the Redskins today. Fred Davis coming out for the rest of the year, so Chris Cooley is coming back as a member of the Redskins. Very excited to see how he works with RG3, being somebody who knows the system well, was in it for 8 years, was Cooley. Saints, Bucks, Saints get a win. Said they would. Tampa Bay played physical from what I saw, and just a back and forth game between Breeze and Freeman. Probably one of the best performances that I saw from Freeman. Breeze just had an excellent day. Go look at his numbers. I'll actually have them in front of me. He had an excellent day. And if you didn't know basically what had been going on this year, if you had no clue, and I said the Saints played the Bucks, here was Breeze's stats. Who do you think won? I think you'd probably tell me that the Saints blew the Bucs out. They did not, getting the 35-28 win, but the Saints get the win nonetheless. Cowboys beat the Panthers tight, 19-14. Like I don't have to talk about the Panthers. I already did that for about 8 minutes at the beginning of the video with Cam Newton. The Cowboys are continuing to be a mess. The Cowboys' upcoming schedule is just brutal, and it starts with a must-win game on Sunday against the Giants. If you're the Cowboys, you have got to win that game at home. If you don't, you are in a world of hurt. Texans and Ravens. Wasn't quite expecting this. 43-13, Texans get the win. Was expecting the Texans to win. Not as bad as they did. What can you say? The Ravens are in trouble. Terrell Suggs came back. Did it do much good? Not really. The Ravens still gave up 43 points. Gave up a couple of rushing touchdowns to Arian Foster. They're still having a hard time getting that rush under control. And, with the loss of, Ray Lewis and Haloti Ngata and all that stuff, that Ravens defense is in trouble. And, Flacco didn't play real great. He made some poor decisions, and the Ravens are just in trouble. Texans are probably still the best team in the league, even with one loss. Still the best team in the league. I think if the Texans play the Falcons today, the Texans slaughtered the Falcons just because so many teams, the last 2 games that the Falcons have played, Panthers, Raiders, at home even, and both teams have pushed them around. Next up, we got the Raiders and the Jags. Raiders win 26-23 in overtime. I did actually watch the game, believe it or not, and it was a little bit difficult to watch. Huge loss for the Jags. Will not have Maurice Jones-Drew. He has been ruled out for Sunday against Packers. That's going to be big for the Jags, who are going to definitely try to come in and definitely want to upset the Packers at home. Blaine Gabbert is expected to play, although he is injured. But the Jags had I don't want to quote the league because I don't remember off the top of my head, but the Raiders did have a comeback. Got a win on a Sebastian Janikowski field goal in overtime after a turnover. Overtime did not last very long. Patriots beat the Jets. Well, the bit that I whiffed said the Patriots would stomp them. They did not. 29-26, Patriots to win in overtime. Quite frankly, there was a time late in that game where I thought the Jets were going to win that game. I did watch it, and I felt like the Jets were going to win that game. Quite frankly, let's be honest, the Jets outplayed the Patriots. Buck Sanchez outplayed Tom Brady. He's done it before. He did it again. Panicking about the Patriots yet? Nah. It's Patriots and Jets. They always play each other tough. Go look back at some scores. Rex Ryan knows how to contain Tom Brady. He did it in Baltimore as the defensive coordinator. He's doing it as a Jets head coach. Sunday Night Football. Steelers. Bengals. 24-17, I believe was the final of that game there. I don't have it written down correctly, I know that. I believe it was 24-17. If it wasn't, I'll fix it. Big win for the Steelers. They definitely needed it. The offensive line was beat up, and it showed that they did a good job protecting Roethlisberger, letting Roethlisberger make some throws. Drop passes early in the game were trouble for them. For both teams, but really for the Steelers, like I said, drop passes were just trouble, but they were able to get it together and pick up the win. Tonight, Bears win 13-7. Bears dominate the Lions. I'm not going to say Lions in just a ton of trouble. 22 penalties in the last 2 weeks. Lions, not a very disciplined football team on offense or defense. Scary moment for the Bears after Dominican Sue took down Cutler. Cutler laid there for a minute, came out for a play. He was fine. Stafford, you could tell he was, and Stafford was just running for his life all night tonight. He was tired. He was wincing at the end of the game. He was in pain. He was miserable. He may sleep good tonight. He may need the ice tub, too. Wasn't pretty, like I said. Bears win 13-7. We covered spreads, and I'm not going to go through what they all were, so if you want to see them, go back and watch the pick video. We covered all but the Cardinals spread, the Raiders spread, and the and the Patriots spread. So Cardinals spread, Patriots spread, Raiders spread, and two of the spreads that we lost went in overtime. So there you go. Alright guys, I am going to call it a show. It may not have been the greatest one, but it's a long one, and so enjoy it. I'm tired. My back is killing me. I would love to go to bed, so I think I'm going to do that. I am Jonathan with that for JM Sports 100 and the JM Sports Show. Don't forget, we got the Raging Cajuns tomorrow to beat Arkansas State. And that's going to do it for me. Jonathan, and I'm not talking to me, I'm talking to the Carolina Panther fan. Sorry I ripped Cam, buddy, but just how I feel about it. That's going to do it for me, guys. I am Jonathan with that for JM Sports 100 and JM Sports Show. See you guys later.